Hi, I'm Mick Gorby, this is the Attack channel, and I'm getting back into it again. We've done quite a bit of work with Shooting Country TV, and it's sort of fired the juice up again, and it's got me going, and I really need to get this channel back up and try and get somewhere where it were before. You may have seen recently I did a video with Gary Chillingworth, one of the fellow writers from Airgun World, and we had a day out with various different guns, but we had the Daystate Alpha Wolf. Now, I'm considering the Alpha Wolf now as the leader of the wolf pack. Daystate have got the Red Wolf, the Delta Wolf, and for me the Alpha Wolf seems to be the very echelons at the top of the Wolf Club, of the wolf pack. Now, we had this gun for that mini series, but I've been Tony's been good enough to let me keep it for a little while longer and little play around with it. On the day, I won't say we had a problem. We believe there'd been a calibre change on the rifle, and the barrel really wanted leading in. Plus, another thing that was a contributing factor was that Gary got the Cobra King, the King Cobra from MTC, and he wanted to try that scope out. So this came with the MTC prismatic SWAT, so that had to come off. But as you can see, it's got the Picatinny rail. The scope came with dovetail mounts. So this comes off, 4 bolts, and the Picatinny rail comes off, slides off, and it reveals the 9 to 11mm dovetail rail. So that's off. The scope fits on that perfectly, but it was quite low. So we had to take the cheek piece off as well, and then with the cheek piece, I was struggling to get my eye into the ocular and really get it feel comfortable taking my shots. Gary was fine. I think it's probably the size of his head that helped, but with me it was a problem. I actually started marking my face at one stage. Didn't cut me, but it's not a big deal. So if you're going to go down this route and put a different scope on, you're going to use dovetail mounts. This needs to come off. Hopefully get higher mounts and you'll be able to maintain the cheek piece. Now, we had some good results with that. Gary's groupings were much better than mine, there's no denying that. I struggled, and I think it was just down to the head position. But we moved on, we finished the day off. I put the MTC SWAT prismatic back on again, dovetail the Picatinny back onto the dovetail, and the cheek piece back on, and for me it worked fine. So I went back out again and just see exactly where we were, and I'd realised we'd just about rinsed out all the 50 grain pellets. Now Tony had been good enough to send the Rangemaster 50.15 grain Emperors, which we'd run out of them, so I thought, oh, might as well, I'll use other tins. As soon as I opened, I realised they were 44.75s. They're Emperor Lights by Rangemaster. Now, there's a few left in there, not enough to really send back to Tony, so sorry Tony, I've used them all up. But without altering anything on the electronic side, which we'll get around to in a minute, the pellets work superbly. Probably a bit of a combination of a better head position on the scope, and the barrel getting used to, having some lead down it after having a barrel change. Now, another thing I want to point out, apparently you can swap a barrel change, a calibre change with barrel, under 10 minutes, which is just a barrel off and a new probe in for the different size calibre, which is pretty good. You don't need to take it to no gunsmith mess about like you used to in days gone by. It's all easily doable at home. Now, the Alpha Wolf, it's all electronic. To wake it up, if it's in the off position, you turn. You can see on that side there's a switch. That's gone from safe to fire. So you're in the safe position, nothing's happening. To wake the electronic display up, turn to fire. Oh, I've already got the bolt open, so pull the bolt open and hold the trigger for 3 seconds. Once the 3 seconds is expired, the menu will come up and you can access different various sub-menus. I've got a video on that, shows you what you can run through and what you're to expect inside each menu, and pretty straightforward, and it's all adjustable. You can put in the size of the barrel, you can put in the desired FPS, you can put the size of the pellet in, it would be 22, 30 cal, 177, and it'll tell you the reg pressure on there, and it'll tell you when the reg pressure is low, which is something I suffer from myself, but I'll get onto that shortly. So this is the way, in my mind, it's probably all going to go. Electronics are taking over and everything, and I'm sure that eventually every manufacturer will have got some sort of electronic gun in the portfolio. Daystate are leading the way of this electronic cutting edge technology. It's so simple to use, straight piece of cake, really is piece of cake. Like I say, you turn the menu on, you scroll through whichever sub menu you want to get to, then you can dial in your pellet size, your pellet weight, your desired FPS and your barrel length. It's all there, all easy to do, and you don't need text anywhere else to do it. It can all be done there. The only thing that's manual is, and I'm not sure if you can see that, is there's a dial, a knob there which controls the regulator pressure, and that's the only manual thing about it, apart from the actual pulling of the trigger. One thing I want to point out is, because it's electronic, the trigger, the bolt is so amazingly light. It's just, that's it. There's no tension springs. It's just so light, and a delight to use, really is. I've got it set up at the moment with my tier 1 A-type bipod, which suits it really well. And it's fastened to the picketing rail. Now that's something I need to point out. There is a picketing rail underneath. There's one this side, there's one that side, and obviously there's one on top which fastens to the 9 to 11 dovetail, but there's also one on the back end which can put a monopod on for when you're shooting the range, just to lift the gun up and take a bit of weight. Just a nice little touch, The cheek piece is fully adjustable to slide all the way down that 9 to 11mm dovetail rail. If you want the scope further forward, because you've got a long scope on, you can chase it all the way down with the sheet piece, and that'll fit exactly where you want it to be. Another little interesting thing is the chronograph, obviously, because it's telling you what speed you want to have, and it'll tell you what speed it's doing. The chrono is built into the bit of the barrel here, so obviously it's 2 points of measurement sent back down to the touch screen, and it tells you what's going on. So that's an interesting little thing. Just move that out of the way while I show this. Now the barrel's threaded, 1/2 inch UNF I'm assuming, as it normally is. This didn't come with a silencer, so 30 cal, 100 foot-pound, it's quite loud. Daystate do quite a few silencers. There's various other silencers available. I think the Daystate ones look quite cool, and obviously they're made for the job, so I would have no problem in fitting one of those on this. Carbon fibre bottle, 480. In this, like I say, it's 30 cal, 100 foot-pound. You're going to get 2 to 3 mags, which is 24 shots. The mags in these are 8 shots, and the 2 I believe, are 11 shots. So plenty of shots really, depends what you're doing. I mean, if you're shooting, if you get 24 out of 24 shots and 24 kills, then you've got 24 rabbits to bring back. So you know, there's plenty of shots there to get what you need to do. You'll need to fill it up again. Now, talking about filling up, it comes with a specific fill connector. Now you can see it's extended, it's longer. Don't try to use the one that comes with your whip on your bottle, the short one, because what happens is when you push it in there, you can't reach to get it back out again, and you will have to set the stock off, and that's exactly what I did. I thought, being clever, just put that on, don't even get this out of the bag. Big mistake. Luckily I got the Allen keys, the kit with me. You just loosen it off, manage to get the fingers around it, pull it off. So, little tip, if you're going to fill it, use the fill probe that comes with it. Most important. Right, electronics. It's all rechargeable via a USB-C cable, and that comes with a USB-C plug head. So you just plug that to and charge it up. And if you can see, but just in this little hole, this little receptacle down here, that is where the USB connector is. Click that into there and charge away, and the screen will tell you when you're fully charged. The battery pack is actually is stored in this bit, and I believe if we, I can't remember to do it now. But anyway, that you don't need to do it, but you can get access to the battery pack, which is in there, and you can charge it direct apparently. Myself, I won't bother with that. Just charge it direct through that, and it keeps it all nice and tidy. There's not really a lot more to say about this. It's 33-inch long, but it's got a 23-inch barrel, which obviously the barrel comes to here, maybe somewhere down there. So you've only got, it's 33-inch long, it's 23-inch barrel, you've got 10-inch not doing anything, which is going to be like probably 5-inch there, 5-inch there. So that's where we are with that. It weighs 8.5 pounds unscoped. And like I say, it's got a USB-C charger, ambidextrous bolt. You can change that from left, if you like left-hand shooter, you can change it left hand to right hand. It's got a humor regulator, which is one of the few guns that actually do that. And obviously, if you've not took a few shots, it will go into sleep mode, so you need to turn it off and back on again, and it'll bring the computer back up and remembers all the settings you've done. Like I said, there's your manual reg adjuster, 480 bottle, 5-year warranty. 5-year warranty. And the cost, I'm thinking it's over £2,000. I think it's around about 2-3. Is it worth it? Cutting edge technology? Yeah, it is. Would I have one? Yes. Yes I would. Yes I would. I think the only concern I have is that it's such a beautiful laminate stock. I'm sure you can see all that. It's so nice. You'd be worried about dinking it, but if that's the concern, then probably this is not the gun for you. But if you're a hunter, you're out there, you're going to get these marks and dinks and little marks on your gun. I've got gun cabinets full of guns that's got marks because I use them, and they're a tool, and they're a tool to be used. There's not much more I can say about it, but if you're looking at something for cutting edge technology and it's the forefront of it, this is what Daystate are doing. Without a doubt, they're producing the best electronic gun at the moment, no doubt about it. And like I say, I think a few more were going to follow suit. Magazines, yes, well I remember, it's the flipped style magazine. Pull the front down, take the tension up, as you do with most mags. Put your pellets in, flip it back up, and it's done. Clever little thing, it's magnetic, so you can actually put, if so desired, 2 mags in. And they stick, and you can fill one mag, empty it, click across, another mag. Quite clever. Whether you actually use that, I don't know, but it's a nice little trick. See, it shows you the thought that's going into it. It's not just like producing guns, it's doing, it's doing everything. So, this is going back shortly. I'll be sad to see it go. I'll be interested in using one in sub 12. I imagine the shot count is going to be immense with a 480 bottle. The amount of controllability of it, you can control the air perfectly. You're not going to be wasting too much, apart from the setting up. Apparently, it takes about 8 shots. If you've got it set at 990 FPS and you want it at 950, you can use about a mag to get it down to where you want it to be. That's what I've seen. So that's obviously, it's almost half a tank of air to get it sorted. So that could be a concern, not in sub 12, in this sort of calibre it would be. Little bubble on the back of the top picketing rail, so you can make sure everything's nice and square. And that is about wraps it up. I appreciate you watching. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Give me some comments, give me some negative comments, let me know what you think. I'd love you to subscribe if you feel that way out. And I'm going to do a few more of these. I've got HW100 from VireArc, which I'm going to do a bit of a chat over and talk about the things that's relevant to us all. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching again. Like I say, thumbs up, thumbs down, any comments, I'll get back to you all of them. And please subscribe. Thanks a lot, and we'll catch you on the next one. Right, here we have a quick little bit of information on the menu and the sub menu within the Daystate Alpha Wolf. To access the menu, is turn it to fire. As you see, the screen lights up, and it's actually got a lock indication next to the battery, signal. What we need to then is turn it back to safe, open the bolt, hold the trigger for 3 seconds, and the lock goes off. We've now got access to the menu. It's a touch screen, and we swipe left, factory shot condition settings, advanced shot setting, magazine shot count. All these can be turned on and off, obviously. Night mode on and off, backlight setting, auto off power time, chrono on off, which is something you're going to want on so you can assess exactly what's happening, rotate screen, and that's the end of it. If you go back the other way, back to the menu, and this is the menu where we can change things. Speed change, 650, 655, 650, 970 we've got there, and then various menus within that can all be changed. Simple as that, quite easily done. And there we go, back to that. Now you can see the indication on the screen. If we can just zoom in here, I'm not sure you can pick that up, a little bit whited out I think. But it gives the reg bar pressure, it's actually saying low pressure, so it needs a bit of airing. Obviously the FPS is blank because we've not took a shot, and that will actually show you the shot FPS. And this would indicate the active set we've got. It's a 30 cal using 50.15 grain pellets. It's a 23-inch barrel. The required speed is 970 and the pressure is 195. All this can be accessed and changed within the menu, and you can set it up to whichever pellet, barrel length or desired FPS you really need. Hope that's been interesting. Right, a little bit of additional information on how to access the sub-menu on the Daystate Alpha Wolf. So you can set the barrel length, the calibre, pellet weight, etc. So first off, need to turn him on, and we need to put him into the safe position on the switch, and the cocking lever's back already. Hold the trigger for 3 seconds, and the padlock sign goes off, which means it's no longer locked. Let's try and get this so you can see what's going on. Right, need to scroll right into factory shot setting. Click and hold that. Gives you calibre, which is 30. Barrel, 23 inch. Obviously you can change these to whatever you want. Pellet weight, we've got 50.15 grains, which we're using the Emperors. Then we can select a speed. Obviously, up and down. Select that. You can select the pressure. At the moment it wants to be 195. It's telling you that it needs to be 195 for those settings we've entered. At the moment it's on 149 because the air's low in the gun because we've been using it. That's where we need to be, and that's basically as simple as it is. I believe it'll take a few shots, maybe 8 shots, to get it down to exactly where you want. It's not a one-shot setup, but within 8 shots, I believe you'll be where you want it to be within a couple of PSI. All right, hope that's helpful. Thanks a lot. We'll turn it off.